Hello, today I'm going to be showing you how to make this crochet heart. It is a very easy and beginner friendly pattern. You can just use any yarn that you want, and of course you need a crochet hook that corresponds to your yarn, some black wool or thread so you can embroider the mouth, an embroidery needle so that you can close up the ends and of course sew the mouth. You also need scissors and 12mm safety eyes, so the big ones, and a stitch marker if you need it. So first we're going to start with 6 single crochet into a magic ring. So to do a magic ring, just have your hand out flat like that. Put the yarn against it so it's like that. Then we're going to open these 2 fingers and make an X like that. Once we've done that, we're going to turn our hand around like this, and we're just going to tuck that under these 2 fingers. And for extra support, you can hold it with your pinky. Okay, so that's how you need to hold your yarn to create the magic ring. So now you're going to go underneath the top strip of yarn, and we're going to hook the bottom yarn with the crochet hook, and we're just going to pull that like that and twist it. Then we're going to chain 1 and twist it and take it off your hand. And that's the magic ring. If this was too quick for you, there are plenty of other videos that just go through it slower, but since I'm going to be showing you how to do a whole pattern, we need to skip over that a bit quickly. Okay, so now we're going to do a single crochet. So yarn over into the loop, yarn over again, and pull through 2 loops. So go into the loop, yarn over again, and pull through 2 loops. Into the loop, yarn over again, pull through 2 loops. And we need to have 6 stitches inside of the magic ring. So to see how many you've done, just count the V's on the back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to do 1 more single crochet. Okay, so once you've done that, you're going to pull the small tail end and close it shut. Sometimes it can be a bit difficult, so just give it a little stretch, and the trick is to pull gently, otherwise it might just break the yarn. Okay, so once we've done that, we're going to do 1 single crochet into the first stitch. So through both loops, wrong one, through both loops, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now in the next stitch we're going to do 2 single crochet in the same stitch, so an increase. So that's 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet. And now we're going to repeat that pattern 3 times. So 1 single crochet, increase, 1 single crochet, increase, 1 single crochet, increase. And we should have the total of 9 stitches at the end. So 1 single crochet, increase, just going to increase here, and last time 1 single crochet and increase. So now we just need to check if we've got 9 stitches all the way around. So just like we did in the magic ring, just count the V's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now that we've come to the end of round 2, we're now going to start round 3. So for round 3, we're going to repeat the pattern 2 single crochet, increase. So I'm just going to do 2 single crochet, 1, 2, Before I'm going to do the increase, I'm now going to count back 2 stitches and place my stitch marker. This is just helpful so that you don't lose track of your place whilst crocheting. Okay, so I've done these 2 stitches. I'm now going to do an increase. So just 2 single crochet into the same stitch. Now we're going to repeat that pattern all the way around. So 1, 2. Oh, and then increase. And then one last time, 2 single crochet and increase. So now that we've come to the end of round 3, we should have a total of 12 stitches. So just count the V's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, now we're moving on to round 4. So for round 4, we're just going to repeat the pattern 1 single crochet increase. So we're going to do 1 single crochet, and then in the next stitch do an increase. So I've just done 1 single crochet increase. I'm now going to count back 3 stitches and place my stitch marker. This is so that we don't lose place while crocheting. So we're going to repeat that pattern all the way around. So 1 single crochet, increase. So we're going to repeat that all around, and at the end we should have a total of 18 stitches. Okay, so we have come to the end of round 4. As you can see, we've started to create that point shape of the heart. It is this bit right there. So for rounds 5 to 6, so that's 2 rounds, we are just going to do 18 single crochet all the way around. So that is just 1 single crochet in each stitch, no increases. So I'm just going to do a couple of stitches first, put in my stitch marker, and now I'm just going to single crochet all the way around for 2 rows. Okay, so now we've come to the end of round 6, so we've done our 2 rows of just 18 single crochet. We're now going to start making the humps of the heart, so these 2 bits here. So to do that, we're just going to take out the stitch marker, and we need to make sure that this stitch is in the middle of the heart, so just squish it so that the stitch is in the middle, like that. Now we're going to look at our crochet from this perspective. So I'm going to take this stitch, which is just opposite where the last stitch I've just made is. So this stitch, and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I don't want 10 stitches, I want 9. So we're going to go for the one above it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 stitches. So we're just going to line them together. Just double check again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, looks like I've made a mistake. See, this is really important that you pay attention to how many stitches, because we don't want uneven bumps at the top. So let's try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Perfect. So what we want to do is crochet in just this area. So how we're going to do that is we're going to get our hook and just go to the other side like that. So if that was too quick, just replay the video, and maybe you're a bit slower, so we're going to go round like that. Now we're just going to crochet as normal. So just do a normal single crochet like that. 1, and now we're going to do 9 single crochet. So 1, 2, add stitch marker, and we're going to do 9. So all the way around until we reach that stitch marker. And once you've reached the end, count your stitches again and make sure that there are 9 stitches. Okay, so we've reached the end. I'm just going to count again and make sure there's 9 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. I'm just going to take out the stitch marker, and we're now going to start to decrease. So we're going to do 1 single crochet decrease. It's going to go into that stitch, 1 single crochet. And then to do a decrease, we're going to go into the next stitch, yarn over as normal, like we would do for a single crochet. But instead of pulling through again, we're going to go into the stitch next to it, yarn over, and then pull through all 3 loops. So we're going to do that again. So 1 single crochet, and then decrease, so normal single crochet, don't pull through the 2 loops, go into the next loop, yarn over, pull through that, and then pull through all 3. We're going to do that one more time. 1 single crochet, decrease, so single crochet but not through the 2 loops, into the next stitch, yarn over, and then pull through all 3. Okay, so once you have done that, I'm just going to get the yarn and we're going to pull it through. Okay, so now we're going to start making the other side of the heart. Is just put the hook through the side there, so next to this hump there. Then we're going to get some yarn, just place it there like that, yarn through, and we're just going to chain 1. So now we're just going to do a single crochet into that very same stitch like that, and that is our first stitch. Now we're going to turn our work like that, and we're now going to single crochet into that stitch. So let me just do that again like that. Make sure to twist your hook. We're going to yarn over and do a single crochet. Now I'm just going to put a stitch marker into that first stitch so that we don't lose our place. So you don't have to use a stitch marker, it's just a preference so that you don't have to continuously count in your head. Okay, so we're now just going to crochet all the way around, and at the end we should have a total of 9 stitches. Okay, so don't miss a stitch like I just did now. It's quite easy to make. I've done it a couple of times while crocheting, especially when you're using chunky yarn. It's quite hard to see the stitches. Okay, so I've got 2 more left. 1 and 2. So now we've done that, all we have to do now is do the same thing as we did for the last one, which is 1 single crochet, decrease 3 times. So we're just going to get rid of that stitch marker, go into our first stitch, 1 single crochet, and then for the decrease we start off in normal single crochet, but instead of pulling through these 2 loops, we go into the next loop, pull it through, and then pull through 3. Just going to repeat that second time, 1 single crochet, decrease, and then one last time, 1 single crochet, decrease. Okay, so now we have completed our heart shape. We're just going to cut a tail like that and pull it through. We're going to add the eyes. So for the eyes, especially when you're using chunky wool, I'd recommend gluing the eyes in instead of using the backs, because they usually just fall through because the stitches are so big. So I'm going to be using 6mm safety eyes, and I'm going to put them in between rounds 5 and 4. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So in between those, and 3 stitches apart. And we're just going to glue around the back there, like that, and then just stick it into the heart like that. This, I feel, for plush yarn is more secure. If you're using thinner yarn like acrylic yarn and cotton, using the backs are fine. It's just that they fall through. Okay, so now that I've put in the eyes, I'm going to now stuff the body. To stuff the heart, I usually tend to use like yarn scraps or like fluff from like leftover pillows and stuff like that. Like, I like to recycle and reuse stuff, you know? So I'm just going to stuff the heart. Okay, so now that you've finished stuffing, we're just going to close up the holes. So we're going to thread the yarn into our needle, like that. And in the front loops of each stitch, we're going to just put the needle through. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you basically are just weaving the yarn into all the front loops. So now we're going to pull the end nice and tight. Now we're going to put the yarn back through and stick it out the side there. We're now going to sew up the middle bit here. So just take the other side between the heart, between the 2 like cuticles, I guess, and we're just going to stitch them up like that. Now you can just, like, once you've stitched up the middle, just poke in any stray bits of fluff that and stuffing that might have come out, and just randomly sew the yarn somewhere, and then you can cut it. Now we're going to do the same to the other side, but we don't need to sew up the middle because we did that with the other bit of yarn. So we're going to thread our needle. And now in the front loops, we're going to weave the yarn through. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So pull that tight. Take the yarn needle into the side and randomly sew the string through the body. This is just so that it gets secured, and that if you like play with it, or I don't know, throw it around, do something, it won't come apart. Okay, so now the only thing we need to do next is embroider a little mouth. Get a nice long piece of yarn, cut it, tie a knot at the end, trim that, and we're going to thread the needle, and through the back we're going to put the yarn, and we're just going to sew it to the front. This is just so it has a little bit more security rather than just going right there. Now what we're going to do is sew a long straight line to the other side, right next to the other eye, like that. And to do that, and then once you do that, just sew a nice long line. Now I want it to be smiling, so my needle is right directly below it. If it's not, make sure that your thread is coming directly underneath the line. Now what we're going to do is go underneath that, like this, and then we're going to go back, and then sew another little stitch back into the same stitch. Well, there we go, and that's your little smile. Now we're just going to sew that again randomly, just to get that secured without having to do like a knot or something. And boom, there you go. You have a little heart plush. Now you could make loads of these. They would be perfect for like markets and stuff if you ever plan on doing any. They're also good gifts to give your friends and family, or just keep it for yourself. Or you could make a little one and attach it to a keychain. You can literally do whatever. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and hopefully I can create more videos and you'll be watching those too. Okay, bye.